Well, if these aren't the most important picks we're going to have all season long, week before the playoffs, win and get in for like most of my leagues. But here we go. Let's go. Yo! What's happening, everybody? Week 14 about to be broken down by yours truly. It's Brian. It's Brennan. It's Too Much Fantasy Football, Part 1, the first 6 games coming at you. How we doing today, man?
Oh, just going through my phone since you reminded me to go add Alan Lazard to all my leagues.
Hey, he's back at practice for the Jets. We gotta go get him, right?
Yeah.
Remember, what was it, a month long, 6 weeks, that he was a top 12
wide receiver 10. Yeah, he's like wide receiver 10 of the year because all the touchdowns.
That's so stupid. That's just absolutely how broken the season's been, is from the wide receiver position. I was looking this time last year, we had multiple guys over 1,000 yards receiving. We've got 2. We've got just 2 this year at this point in the season. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. And it screwed up most of my best ball drafts. Thank you. But yeah, we got the first 6 games here. We got to start off with, of course, the Thursday night game, and then we'll do the first 5 of the 1 o'clock, and then following up tomorrow, we'll hit you with the final 7 games and any updates to these that we have. Brendan, you ready to get this going?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. That's right. 3 minutes on the clock, folks. It's the 9-3 Packers going to Detroit, taking on the 11-1 Lions. 51.5 point over under. Detroit's favored by 3.5. Like, that's a Thursday over under for you right there.
Yeah. Obviously my rule is when in doubt Thursday out, but there's obviously some juicy guys in this one.
We've got some wiggle room. We might be able to get a few of these guys on our starting lineup.
Yeah.
Let's start with the home team, Detroit.
Okay. It's pretty easy. Like I want to start Goff in this game, obviously, because there's a ton of bye weeks. So I think he's going to slide into being a top 10 finish this week. You're still going to start, obviously, Knuckles and Sonic, right? Did I get that right?
I think so. Yeah, I was going to say Luigi and Mario, but that just felt wrong.
So yeah, it's David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Both are startable. Amon-Ra obviously doesn't leave your lineup. Now there's question marks with some other guys. Jameson Williams, are you starting him?
That is where the questions begin. I think at this point we are starting him, just with the situation of all the bye weeks. But I guess at what point? At this point, I've got him at wide receiver 25 so far on the week. I feel like it's just the over under this game. So many of these games, like as we're going to dig into it, they're very lopsided as far as the
matchup
go. Yeah.
His over under in yards is at 48, I think, right now. So it's a good line to. I think he's a good flex option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely some boom on there.
Yeah, and then Sam Laporta, I think you can start him in this game.
I think you can. With Taysom's injury, with just all the bye weeks, all that fun stuff, I think you can get away with it. What do you have, 6 yards and 2 touchdowns last week?
Something ridiculous like that. Yeah, it was like 17 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, something crazy.
I guess, do you like him or Tucker Kraft on the other side of this game?
I like Tucker Kraft for more volume. I think Sam Laporta, you're really going to hope for that touchdown.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Going over to the other side, Jordan Love, he feels, a safer play than even Jared Goff this week, and Jared Goff feels good.
Yeah. For the Packers, yeah, I like Jordan Love this week a lot. Josh Jacobs, now, you're going to start him regardless. Do you think he's going to, perform to the measures of what he's been doing these past couple weeks?
I have him above guys like Ken Walker, James Conner, Rico Dowdle, but I see many options where he finishes below those people just because this is a rough matchup for him.
Yeah, I try to look at it. Obviously, let's talk about the wide receivers because I think it's a little more interesting. Jaden Reed, I think he's slotted to start. Then it's just Dontavian Wicks, Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson, who I don't even want to say, but I'm saying it just because I know you like to feel a little something about it. Who are you starting after Jaden Reed? Like, if you had to pick one, who are you going to start?
If I need a floor, it's Dobbs. If I need a ceiling, it's Watson. Watson still falls
no
in
Wicks.
the category. No, I don't want Wicks. When the whole crew's there, Wicks is the first one to go.
Okay. If Dobbs doesn't play, does Wicks move at all the needle for you at all?
I think he's he's in the same category as Watson, just a volatile boom bust play. I don't think like there's any volume. Like he gets the volume, he just doesn't catch the volume.
Okay, I'm telling everybody at home, don't start Watson.
In most cases, don't start Watson. I hope we get another career day from 149.
I know. Watch. I'm gonna get so many texts. He has like a 70-yard touchdown. My phone's just gonna blow up endlessly from you.
Who wins this game?
I am going so back and forth on this. Like, I want to just say Lions, but like, dude, it's a divisional game. Like, Packers are right there. They're not far behind the Vikings or the Lions, and like Eagles fans are rooting for the Packers in this game. I'll still pick the Lions, but I don't know if they cover the spread though. If it's 4, I think they could lose by a field goal or win by a field goal.
Yeah, if it's close, I think the Lions get it, but I definitely don't think it's out of the world of possibilities where the Packers win this one. So they split the series.
Yeah.
Alrighty. This is where it gets rough, folks. Let's watch these spreads get wider and wider. First one, we've got the Jets 3-9 going to Miami for a 5-7 game for the Dolphins. 45-point over/under. Miami's favored by 6 here. I guess technically the Dolphins are still fighting for a playoff spot. You know, it's not a possibility.
They need us and the Broncos to lose basically, and they need to win out.
And it's interesting when the Colts and the Broncos play each other. So somebody's got to win that game.
Yeah, exactly. We'll start with the Dolphins. I mean, it's more exciting, more positive out of there. Tua, you can definitely start him. Dude's on a hot streak. I'm riding that hot streak all the way to the end. Devon Achane doesn't leave your lineup. Dude's solid. Raheem Mostert, you've cut him, right? You moved on?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I made room so I could have Wright on my bench because that's
okay. What to say? That was my other option. I was to say, are you rostering Wright in just the absence of Achane goes down?
100%.
Okay. Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
I mean, Hill has to be played. Just like you said, Tua's hot. How is Tyreek not hot too? It just makes no sense.
You want to know who's really hot though?
Nick Westbrook.
Jonnu Smith. Yeah. No.
You mean from this game?
Yeah. Jonnu Smith, but yeah. I think you can start both. I think you can start both Tyreek Hill and Jalen. I think Waddle will be a flex. I think Tyreek Hill will be a wide receiver 2.
That's kind of where I'm seeing him. Expectations like a low wide receiver 2. He can always give you a big game. Waddle's a wide receiver 3 for me. You could flex him for sure. Jonnu has been just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Are you flexing him if you have him and George Kittle or him and, I don't know, just one of these these other big names at tight end?
I have in a league, I have him and Mark Andrews, and I'm putting him in my tight end spot, Mark Andrews in my flex, so yes.
Yeah, this week especially, I've seen a lot of lineups with double tight ends.
Yeah, you have no choice. It's brutal out here in the streets. Before we start with the Jets, let me ask you this. If Tyreek Hill stays in the Dolphins next year, where do you see him ending up in redraft rankings? I'm just curious.
Probably closer to wide receiver 12 than 1.
Oh, you still think there's a wide receiver 1 aspect to him?
The masses when they come in August, you don't know what those people are going to do.
True.
I feel like there's still going to be so much glamour on his name that he won't fall that far. Like, it's not going to be a huge tumble for him.
Yeah. Jet side, with buys, are you going to start Aaron Rodgers or no?
Probably not. I'm going to try not to.
Breece Hall, dude's been disappointing, but I mean, the buy Armageddon this week, you're going to have to start him. And then Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson. That's who all I really want to start. And Garrett Wilson's been a little bit disappointing in this back end.
Yeah, it hasn't been great. His last month has been gross after those couple bright side games he had right after Adams got there. So you're playing him, but just volatility is what we get at the wide receiver position this year.
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins, do they win it by 6?
I think the Jets cover the spread, but the Dolphins win.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I like it. Next up, 3 minutes on the clock again. This one's going to be fun. Here we go. 6-6 Falcons taking on the 10-2 Vikings in Minnesota. 45.5 point over under. Minnesota's favored by 5.5 in this revenge game for Kirky.
We'll start with the Vikings before we go with the Falcons here. I don't want to start Sam Darnold. I think he's more of a QB2 super flex option. I think it's more like a safe floor. Aaron Jones, who has just been a little bit, he's gotten touchdowns, so it's what's kind of been saving him. But you're to start him though, because it's buy Armageddon week. Justin Jefferson, obviously. Jordan Addison, are you starting him this week?
That's where it comes to probably, at least in 12-team leagues. I'm going to be starting him just because I know options are low. 10-team, he might be on the fence for me. I'm trying to think of like him and Christian Watson. I kind of see in the same breath.
Stop
Jalen
it.
Waddle. Come on, they're all three right
No.
there. They're very boom bust.
Christian Watson's in the bottom of those three names you just said.
Sure, I'll rank them. Addison, Waddle, Watson, all back to back.
There you go. Well, you can go Addison, Waddle, space, Watson.
I don't think he's that far. I mean, are you doing Christian Watson or Roma Dunze?
Dude, I'm a big Roma Dunze guy, but like, man, he has been so disappointing. Like, I'll still say Dunze. I'm a believer. Rome hasn't fallen yet.
Did you see he's got like one of the lowest
catchable like passes? Yeah, it's crazy. It's like Kyle Pitts from last year, but then Kyle Pitts is just bad this year. Like, I don't know.
Why would you make that comparison? We just said we both liked him.
I thought of it. Like I just thought of it. I was like, I remember Kyle Pitts had like only like a 30% like catchable balls thrown to him because of Desmond Ridder.
Yeah. It's kind of confusing how that's working for Odunze, but yeah, I still have hope. Addison, give me as a wide receiver 3, kind of low end for me.
Okay.
Hawkinson, it's been a roller coaster for him, but the targets are mostly there, so I can't go away.
Hawkinson will be tight end 1. Let me ask you this question: This is the $1 million question. Does Kirk Cousins throw a touchdown against his old team?
I could see him getting a touchdown. It might be on a dump-off pass to Bijan, but I can see him scoring a touchdown this week.
Okay. I'm curious to see what that line is. I'll have to look at it later. Bijan doesn't leave your lineup.
No.
I'm starting Drake London. Darnell Mooney is the question mark, and I really don't want to start him. I think this team is... I think they've hit a brick wall. They're doing a lot of... Their offensive coordinator is not... I don't know if it's Kirk Cousins, and he's calling plays that he feels comfortable only playing because he can't... He's always in shotgun. He can't drop back. He has not... Like, the Achilles is clearly... has hampered him. If you're the Falcons, are you going to start Penix? If you were the GM right now, you're looking at the division, it's close. Are you going to still start Kirk Cousins, or are you going to try to start the rookie and give some juice to this team?
I'm probably going to write it out with Kirk, because if you go to Penix, there's no going back.
True.
And if Penix goes out there and just isn't ready, this or that, I think I'd say if I just try and write it out, you're close enough to winning the division. Just see if Kirk can pull it off, because then you've got the easy excuse and the easy opt-out this offseason. Look, you didn't get us the playoffs. We're done. We're moving on.
Yeah, but the money, though, I think they owe him like $40 million in guaranteed or something like that. So,
is it that high? Shit.
Yeah, the team who could use a quarterback, the Jets.
Look at Russell Wilson. He's like, these teams don't give a shit about guaranteed money anymore.
Yeah, especially when you own all the Home Depots. Yeah, I could see him not caring too much.
Yeah. The big question, though, like Mooney would probably play as a wide receiver 3-ish. She's in that same breath, I feel like, as Watson and some of those other guys.
Okay.
Kyle Pitts, though.
I'm not. I can't do it, man.
I've got
I'd rather start Pat Freiermuth, to be honest, than Kyle Pitts. Yeah. Who gets more points, Pat Freiermuth or Kyle Pitts? That's the floor. I mean, really, I'm gonna lean towards Pat.
The floor, 100%. That's the argument. I guess that's the only thing I'm leaning on with Kyle Pitts is the ceiling. Pat Freiermuth could never hit the highs that Pitts could hit, but Pitts doesn't hit them. So
he hit it high last week.
That game. Who wins this one?
I'm gonna call upset. I'm gonna call the Falcons win this game. I don't know why. The Vikings are doing Vikings things again, and it's so annoying. They're winning games they shouldn't. Like, I don't get it. I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
And the Falcons are on a 3-game skid. Like, this is the game to break this slide. I think the Falcons' defense is better than they get credit for. So if they win this game, I think it's on the back of the defense.
Okay.
Give me the Vikings, though. I always pick the Vikings wrong, so it's probably the Falcons.
Fair.
Next up, who do we have? Yeah, Saints, they're marching on, that's for sure. 4-8 Saints taking on the 2-8 Giants in New York. 41-point over under. The Saints are favored by 4.5 in this game. What do we have? Like 5 players we want to talk about? Maybe 4.
Yeah, is Drew Lock starting? Did they confirm that? I haven't seen anything. I want to say he is, or is Tommy DeVito going to play?
Drew Lock to start once more in Week 4. We just got the report.
Okay, all right. I kind of like that for the Giants for play. I'm going to start Malik Neighbors, and Tyrone Tracy, and that's about it.
That's about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Because Theo Johnson's injured, and I don't really want to bank on a rookie tight end.
No, I mean, tight end's thin, as it usually is, but you still have better options that could give you some sort of like confidence in a floor.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think. Yeah, because like Darius Slayton, no. Wan'Dale Robinson, no. Like, does Drew Lock move the needle at all for you? Because like obviously you have the stones that want to start Will Levis. Like Drew Lock had 2 rushing touchdowns against the Cowboys, so.
Yeah, no. I think I'd rather look at Carr over on the other side before I'd look at Drew Lock. I'm trying to see where I have him.
Who gets more points this week, Drew Lock or Derek Carr?
I think Derek Carr.
All right.
I got Carr close right at 20, and then I've got Drew Lock at 25. So, yeah, Tracy Neighbors, and I'm bouncing from the Giants.
All right.
On the other side, I guess where are you at on Carr as far as like a super flex play?
It's fine as your second quarterback. Like I think he's just like a meddling option.
Carr or Cousins?
I go Carr. The Giants are a really bad secondary.
Yeah, that's all I want to play in that game. Kamara.
Absolutely Kamara. Now, does like Juwann Johnson do anything for you? Like that's who I was thinking of, because like obviously Taysom Hill's out, so like, and Derek Carr does love the tight end.
He does. We've seen him history with tight ends going back to the Raiders. We've seen history with him and Juwann Johnson. I do a tight end article every week, streaming guy, and Juwann Johnson's the one I featured this week. I think this is the play that if you need some sort of pivot, he had 7 targets last week. We've seen him there before. He's pulled in some touchdowns from Derek Carr, so I don't mind this play. They have to pass it to someone, and MVS can't get more than 3 targets. So where's it going?
It's 3 targets, 2 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown. All right.
Yeah, I know. It's the shitty thing. I don't want to play that.
Some people are going to start MVS this week. Like I had to like scrape the bottom of the barrel for some of my teams. So like MVS is in my lineup in some of them. So
I think just about every one of my leagues I've seen MVS in some sort of starting roster.
Yeah,
like mixes of him, NWI, although like Parker Washington for Jacksonville. Like he kind of got looked at a little bit.
Let me ask you this. How soon does Chris Olave get concussed again when he comes back? What quarter is it?
Is he coming back?
Not this week. I think it's next week.
That he's eligible. Is he coming back?
Yeah.
I haven't heard any news that they're looking to like pull him back.
I haven't heard anything either, but like they might actually put him just on the season. I could see that happening too, which would suck.
Yeah, last report I see for him was 23 days ago, and he's not ruled out for the season.
Oh, so that's great.
I mean, 23 days ago, though. I I don't know.
Hospital ball's coming soon.
God, poor guy. I kind of hope he sits out the rest of the season. My team's
I kind of hope he goes somewhere else, to be honest with you. I hope they just trade him.
I love that. But they traded so much for him, though.
Yeah, but the Saints are dumb. Like, when are they going to fire Mickey Loomis? Like, when are they actually going to be like, yo, Mickey, you suck as a GM, dude. Like, you are not good. Like, you just pushed all these contracts to the right, and you just put crap on the field. Sorry, Saints fans. I just think you guys definitely need to like just eat the contracts finally and build this thing up.
100%. I don't know why they had the mindset that they wwere going to do well this year. 2-0 just really scored them.
I don't know.
Who wins it?
Giants.
Giants, huh? If they were smart, they wouldn't. If they were smart, they'd let this one go and give it to the Saints and let the Saints continue to screw themselves.
They're not smart.
Yeah, give me the Saints. I'll take the Saints to do Saints things. Next up, wow, the over-unders have been horrendous this week, and this is top of the cake. This one's 3-9 Panthers take on the 10-2 Eagles.
There
46
you go.
point over under. Philly's a 12.5 point favorite. I mean, these last games, 6 point, 5.5, 4.5, and then this 12.5. Freaking gnarly.
Let's start with the Panthers. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Bryce Young, there we go. He's on the mind.
I would start him.
Against this Philly defense.
Yeah, they're going to be playing down, man. And Bryce Young has looked good. Like, he's looked competent.
I was going to say, I like that. I'm afraid to say he looks good and like start getting excited and then him just pull a game.
Yeah, I think he looks competent. I mean, like, think about it though. Like, okay, him or Derek Carr? Let's just.
I would play Derek Carr over him, but I think I would play Bryce Young over Kirk Cousins.
Okay, yeah, I like Bryce Young. I think they're gonna be playing down. They have to throw the ball a lot. I mean, he's shown that he can, find Adam Thielen. So you're starting Chuba Hubbard, right?
Yeah, I know it's starting to look a little bit. Brooks is getting some work in, but Hubbard is still the guy, the workhorse over there. Thielen, yeah, we're playing. Are you digging to Leggett?
Yeah, you might have to with all the buys. Like I like Leggett. I do like him. You know who else I like though? I like their tight end. It's Tremble, right?
Yeah.
Tremble had all his targets last week. I'm going to start him actually in quite a few leagues this week.
Jatavian Sanders, the rookie, the one that got knocked out a couple weeks ago, he was a red no contact jersey. So if he comes back, I am a little hesitant on Trimble, but if it's just Trimble, yeah, I'm all for it. If not, I'm all for Sanders. Sanders in that first quarter of the game before he got knocked out, 3 targets, 3 catches. They're looking to use that tight end position more.
Yeah, I agree. That's about it on the Panther side. And then we go to the Eagles side, and it's the same every week. We can't stop, beating the drum. It's Hurts, it's Saquon, it's AJ Brown, it's Devonta Smith. I think he plays this week, right? Is there any?
I think so. He's trending that way. He's missed 2 weeks with the hamstring, so we could see him coming back this week. Really hope.
Yeah, because he tried giving it a go before last week's game, but he couldn't. So I think obviously the fact that he tried, I think it's better. Dallas Goedert, are you going to start him with all the buys?
He's actually out this week, so it's Calcaterra you'd be looking at.
Really?
Yeah, without Goddard, 4 for 4, 3 for 3, 5 for 5, 1 for 1. So he caught all in the games that he started without Goddard. He caught every pass he had. But I don't want to do it. Even if Devonta Smith doesn't play, I think Calcaterra is still just a risky play.
Yeah, I don't want to start Cal. I think I'd rather start Tremble over Calcaterra.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Who wins it?
Eagles for sure win, but I don't think they cover the spread.
I'd like to think that the Panthers can keep this interesting. They have over the last couple games in matchups that they shouldn't have. So, yeah, I do like that. Last one. Here we go, folks. It's a Steel City rematch. The last one wasn't so great. Let's hope this one's a little better. 3-9 Browns taking on the 9-3 Steelers. 44.5 point over under. Pittsburgh favored by 6.5. Jameis Winston is coming off of just a game of games. 497 yards. Technically 6 touchdowns. It just wasn't his team that scored 2 of them. He's praying that those pick sixes can be just absolved from him, but I don't think so.
Yeah. We'll start with the Browns. I don't mind starting Jameis. If you are really in a pinch, the dude's going to sling it. You're going to get the game you got last week, or you're going to get a great, or it's a really bad. But I will take the chances of a 300-yard, 3 touchdown, 2 interception game all day from Jameis Winston, no matter what.
I've got him right outside of my top 12, so I'm perfectly fine playing the guy.
Okay. Let me see. Nick Chubb, yes. Jerome Ford, though, has kind of been eaten into it. So where are you at with that?
I'm thrown off with him completely. Was he 9 for 41 last week? Caught his only pass for 21 yards. I don't know if I see the Browns being that far behind in this game where they need to just completely rely on Ford. I still think Chubb, they're going to try and get him working a little bit. So I think Ford, I kind of view him as a RB4 this week, right on that RB3 or 4.
Okay. Jerry Jeudy, I think you can safely start him. Dude's been really, really good. And I'm not starting another wide receiver for Cleveland. I don't think I can.
Elijah Moore, 100 yards last week.
That's right. He did have a good game last week, so I guess you could start Elijah Moore. That's about it, though.
Yeah, David Njoku, 17 targets last week. Only 52 yards on 17 targets. How'd that happen?
How many catches was it?
9 for 17, 52 yards.
And a touchdown, right?
2 of them. Yeah, so Njoku you can go right back to. He's got one of the best tight end schedules rest of the season. Russell Wilson, though, you playing him?
Yeah, I actually am playing him in a league. Like, I don't really want to, but like, he's not been bad. He's basically what a safe floor of like he's QB 12. That's what I'll put him at this week. He's QB 12 this week.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I've got him a little higher than Jameis. The Browns have been allowing the most points to wide receiver and quarterback since Jameis has taken over. Just they're getting these shootouts. So give me Russ. Najee, I'm playing. Warren, I'm playing. Pickens, I'm playing.
Yep. Pickens, you're definitely playing because Pickens is top 5.
Yeah, top 5 on his team. We get it.
No, okay. That disrespect. You're telling me that you wouldn't want to have Pickens on the Colts. There's so many teams that would take Pickens in a heartbeat.
He's not a Colt. Like, he's just...
I would take him. I would love that type of player. Just doesn't care. Just give me the ball and I'll fight anybody.
Colts are too wholesome to have a player like with that much edge.
True.
I mean, have you seen our theme song? We bleed blue.
Hey, dude, it's like I think my Spotify wrap up will be his songs like 1 through 10.
I saw that they posted that as theirs. The Colts did.
I saw that too. I was dying. I was like, you know what? Hey, respect.
All right, go for it, man. Pat Freiermuth, where does he fall on the list of tight ends?
Tight end 12.
Yeah, I actually have him right there at 12 as well. I've got him one spot above Kyle Pitts.
So, that's where I'm at.
I want to say it. Yeah. Who wins this?
Steelers with the Browns covering the spread.
Okay. Yeah, I think so too. 44.5 seems like a lot. I don't know. The last one was kind of underscoring and disappointment. Can we get a big one? Give me a big one. Come on, Russ. Well, that's it, folks. Yeah, with 6 teams on bye, that's what we get here. We get 6 games in this first start-sit episode, and we'll get the 7 more tomorrow to clean her up. Brennan, you got anything else for the folks at home? Tell them where they can find you, I guess.
You can find me on X at FFAMBMilk, as my underscore says underneath my name. And then the Facebook group page, Fantasy Football Advice Network. That's where I'd be hanging out.
Yeah, that's where he be hanging out. Not me, because, I'm not 60. I don't do Facebook. But,
rude.
Shots fired.
I'm literally just in there just for the responses. I don't even do anything else on Facebook besides that.
Yeah, right. You're commenting on your grandchildren's photos.
Dude, I'm commenting on all the conspiracy theories with a tinfoil hat.
And if you're not there, if you're looking for X interaction, I'll be there at @too_much_Brian. And of course, make sure you come to the platform, folks. If you're not here on YouTube, on the Fantasy Football Advice Network, all the fun shows. Too much fantasy football 5 days a week for you. We've got to be over there at the platform with all the fun. You know what that is? Oh, well, let's check it out real quick.
We are here. FantasySportsAdvice.com, offering the best fantasy sports social media platform. Why join endless Discord communities or the trolls of Reddit? Fantasy Sports Advice is a community designed to help you win with 24/7 support. Go to FantasySportsAdvice.com and become a pro member for unlimited access. Again, go to FantasySportsAdvice.com.